ArcGIS Enterprise has had support to publish map image layers from cloud data warehouses since 10.9.1. What's new in 11 is the ability to publish feature layers from these cloud data warehouses. So that's things like Amazon Redshift, Google BigQuery. Today I'm going to be using Snowflake. When I deployed my Snowflake environment, I made sure to deploy it into the same region as my ArcGIS Enterprise to minimize latency. I injected a range of data sets. Today we're going to use 8.4 million records of AIS shipping vessel activity. Snowflake supports a range of spatial functions, things like st-intersects, st-centroids, all sorts. I'm just doing a very simple query to pluck out the dangerous cargo data from that data set, check that it works on the Snowflake side first, copy that. Before you jump into ArcGIS Pro, you do need to make sure that you have the corresponding driver for your cloud data warehouse and install that on the ArcGIS Pro machine, but also on the GIS server machine as well. In ArcGIS Pro, you can connect to your cloud data warehouse. Again, Snowflake, BigQuery, Redshift, fill in the relevant details. You can drag and drop layers in, but those could be some pretty huge layers. So the other option is to use a query layer, just like you would do with other data sources, and choose your Snowflake connection. You can list out the tables, but I don't need to ask Snowflake for that. I know exactly what I need, which is that query, dangerous cargo. I'm going to be making a direct connection, so every time my users pan around a map, it'll be getting the data directly from the table that I've specified. But it's worth pointing out that we can support actually creating a materialized view within Snowflake from the ArcGIS Pro interface. There's a third option as well, which is being able to create snapshots. So these are approaches where you can actually grab the data from the cloud data warehouse and have it synchronize into the ArcGIS data store, just to even further minimize that latency. And that can be useful if you've got very hungry downstream users that are doing quite a lot of work with those feature services. In this instance, we're just doing a direct connect, selecting unique ID and add it to the map. From here, connect to your ArcGIS Enterprise, and just like you would with any other data source, publish it. And the first step it'll do, which it won't ask me, is it'll say this data source isn't registered. You can go through the process of registering it by right-clicking it. I've already done that, and I have a couple of different databases set up here as registered data stores with my ArcGIS server. And then it publishes. So this is the feature layer already pre-published, and in the map viewer, it's fast. Like I was impressed at how performant this is. I'm using a medium data warehouse setting on the Snowflake side. This is a feature layer, it's not a map image layer, and the data is responding very quick. Like if I query it, it gives me responses very fast. Yeah, no, it's a fast data storage. And that's useful, right? Because it's a feature service. You know, if we start to make this available in apps where we want our users to interact with it, this is a filter, or it's an instant app with a filter capability. And as you can see, like I'm panning around the map and using functionality like filtering it by the speed over ground, and it responds very quickly. That's a real powerful benefit of using a feature layer. One last thing I wanted to quickly show is what you can do is also enable binning. So this is a binning style that's set up in ArcGIS Pro but managed in the cloud data warehouse, and that then allows me to visualize. In this case, we're looking at all of that vessel activity. So when you've got a large data set that's got lots of activity going on, you might want to use a binning style to really kind of understand trends in the data without having it to draw every single point, which might be quite tricky for your users to understand.